Today I have some help, and with my assistant, we are going to be doing the book buying habits tag. So you can go ahead and ask the first question whenever you're ready.
Where do you buy your book?
Where do I buy my books? So I buy my books mostly secondhand. I like to buy books at Half Price Books, and I also really like to go to library sales, Friends of the Library. There's a few different libraries in the area where I would go to purchase my books. Lately, I haven't really been buying a ton of books. I've been using my library to borrow books and using Libby to borrow books, and I also have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, so I have not bought books for myself in quite a long time. Sometimes if it's like a pre-order, I will go on Amazon to order that. I also get at least one book a month from Book of the Month because I'm a subscriber to Book of the Month. So does it say, do you ever pre-order books?
Oh yeah, do you ever pre-order books? If so, do you pre-order online or in store?
So I already answered question number 2 in question number 1. I do pre-order books, and if I'm pre-ordering, mostly I pre-order off of Amazon.
And Amazon is our sponsor!
No, it's not! We don't have a sponsor!
Okay, do you use your local library?
I use the local library very, very, very often. I borrow physical books from the library. I use the Libby app on my phone to borrow ebooks and audiobooks. We love the library, don't we?
Yeah, that's where I love my video games at.
This is a book channel, not a video game channel.
So what? Or what is your opinion on library books?
All right, opinion on library books. I like library books because it saves me money. However, if you want to take photos of the library books that you borrow, you do run the risk of them being incredibly battered. The most recent physical book that I borrowed from the library was a paperback, and it was all kinds of messed up on the cover. There were like lines everywhere, the spine's all broken, so they don't make the most aesthetically pleasing photos, but I do like library books.
How do you feel about secondhand books?
Most of my books are secondhand. I get a lot of my books from library sales, and I also get a lot of my books from Half Price Books, and almost all of those are secondhand books.
Do you keep your Red and TBR books together or not?
So I keep my Red books and my TBR kind of all scattered together on my shelves, but behind me are my Book of the Month books, and those books are kind of broken down into the books that I've read and the books that I've not read. And then I guess the same could be said for like the rest of my books. If I've read them, they're more than likely clumped together unless they're a part of a series.
Do you plan to read all the books you own?
That is the goal for everyone, I think. I did go through and unhaul a ton of books in the recent past. They're all listed on Pango Books. And the goal in unhauling a lot of my books was to make my physical TBR much more manageable. So I hopefully will be able to get to them all. I think that I've kind of accepted that my TBR is not something that I will ever be able to accomplish in this lifetime.
What do you do with books that you own that you feel you never read or felt you didn't enjoy?
So for those books that I've not enjoyed or feel like I would never read, they are all listed on my Pango Bookshop, where I am selling them to give them a new life, since they basically are going to go to a graveyard if they stay here with me.
Have you ever donated books?
Have I ever donated books? Sure. We have dropped books off in little free libraries. I donate books to my local library, and all those books that I have listed on Pango Books, if they don't sell before we move from this house, I will be donating them to the library.
Have you ever been on a book buying ban?
I guess technically I would consider right now to be kind of a book buying ban. I am trying my hardest to borrow as many books as I can. The only exception to this book buying ban is that I do have the Book of the Month monthly subscription. I don't think that I've done a big book haul. I don't think I've done a big book haul in more than a year, so I guess this is technically a book buying ban. I only buy stuff if I am really, really interested in owning it in my personal library.
Do you feel that you buy too many books?
This is the last question you said?
Question 11.
Okay, do I feel like I buy too many books? When I was first starting to rebuild my physical library in my house. I feel like I did buy too many books. I kind of just bought anything where the title or the cover kind of caught my attention to build up my personal library. And now, as I've gotten older, I just recognize that that was pretty wasteful, and I don't buy books like that anymore. And like I said, I haven't done a book haul in more than a year, so I wouldn't say that now I buy too many books. Now I buy as few books as I possibly can, just so that I can utilize the resources for free books that are out there. And then I also have, you know, my Kindle, and I read a ton of books on Kindle Unlimited. So really, I'm just trying to use my resources as wisely as I can and not spend so much money on books that are very likely never going to be read. All right, so that concludes the book buying habits tag with the help from my dear assistant, Jimmy. So Jimmy and I want to know in the comments below, what's the most recent book that you've bought? We'll see you. I'll see you. Maybe you'll hear from Jimmy again in the future.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Let me start that over again because I already don't like it. See, this is hard. It's really hard to feel comfortable. It feels weird to do it with you not having headphones on and be talking to the camera.
Okay.